Back. Now, my next guest this evening is widely regarded as one of the greatest hurlers of his time, as his famous tattoo, and now his autobiography says, if you don't know him, don't judge him.
Walsh strikes it off the post, and Shanahan has gone out. Here's Dan Shanahan, that's three!
It comes to Dan the man, he hits it, oh, goal and Susie got a touch, and the ball is in the net. And Waterford are Munster champions. Dan the man is the hero.
From the Dacia, it's Dan the Man Shanahan. Dan, how are you? How are you doing? How are you, Dan?
Good, thanks, Brendan.
So come here, Dan, why write a book? Did you have scores to settle, do you reckon, or...?
It's just nice. One or two of the lads came to me with interest in writing a book, and it'd be nice to get my point across, and I thought it was a good idea, like, and I did it and enjoyed it. So
yeah,
I did,
yeah.
Very
It's a good book.
Yeah.
And come here, the book is called after, where's that tattoo there? If you don't know me, don't judge me.
Yeah.
What is that your kind of philosophy on things?
No, it's just, in some games you could be going through a bad patch, like, you could hear certain people giving verbal abuse to you, like, and it's hard to take sometimes, and every player knows himself if he's going good or bad, like, you don't need to hear from someone in the stand. But no, I just thought...
Just show the tattoo there for the camera. Yeah.
I just thought, saw it in a Colombian soccer player, and it said it spoke volumes, because I judge a person if you don't know him. Yeah.
Do you have a lot more tattoos?
I have one or two, yeah.
Bit of a Beckham vibe going on.
One or two.
Is that...
That's just my daughter's name in Arabic, so...
Okay. And come here, do you have any of those tattoos that you woke up in the morning and went, oh no?
Yeah, I did all right, yeah.
Where is it?
It's on me back, so...
okay.
It's on a team holiday, yeah, with lads, so we got kind of intoxicated, and I saw a tattoo parlour, I went into it, and I was asleep getting it done, so, and just, I came out and woke up the next morning, and the next minute I saw this in me back, so...
And what is it?
It's a rosary beads with my girlfriend's name and my daughter's name, like, so...
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah.
It's nice.
A lot of us, when we have a few drinks, we get a little bit religious, and then we're like, I love my wife, and I love my kids, and all that.
I'm still with my girlfriend, so it's all the one, so it's a good sign.
Yeah, so you have to stick with her now.
I have to stick with her now, yeah.
Come here, you talked about getting abuse off people and stuff like that. I suppose there are certain things that have been kind of controversial for you, right? There was, I suppose, the big incident was you not shaking hands with Justin McCarthy when you were walking off the field that time. I think we have a picture of it there.
Yeah,
Tell us the story. What happened there?
I think the picture tells us it was just that I had a bad day at the office a moment clear, like, and it was the one big regret I didn't shake the man's hand, like, because when you'll be taken off as a player, some people, they say you gotta kick up the backside, like, instead of clapping the back, like, and I did regret it, like, big time, like, because...
How soon did you realise I shouldn't have done that?
Straight away, the minute I went into the stand, because the cheer you got when you came into the stand, like, I knew straight away, because just something I shouldn't have done, and I just did it and paid the price for it, like,
So did you went and apologised to him straight away afterwards?
No, I didn't. That's another big mistake again, like, so I didn't get the chance to, like, and it's a big regret, like,
But did you call him since or anything?
No contact since, no.
But come here, there was a few days after that were fairly intense for you, I suppose. You got a lot of abuse that day, didn't you?
I did, yeah. But I think the picture was all over the papers the next day, like, and up to even last year, it was still in the papers, like, and like everyone knows what happened after the game. Like, Justin was resigned, like, as a Waterford team manager. But the point is, the picture probably pointed a finger at me coming off. That I started the whole lot, and I actually didn't, like,
And the funny thing is that when the players had a vote a few days later,
there was about 7 to 8 players voted for Justin to stay, like, because why change ship in the middle of a season, like, so like, certain players wouldn't know that, certain people wouldn't know that, but that's the way I thought.
Does he know? He presumably only knows that now, does he?
He only knows that now, like,
So are you going to give him a buzz now?
No.
As much as you regret it's done. Come here, the abuse thing is funny, like, for someone like me who wouldn't be madly into GA, it seems funny that, like, everything you do for your county and everything, I presume you give up a lot of your free time, you give up a lot of your life in many ways, but it does come up again and again that you get ferocious abuse from the fans, yeah?
A lot of players do get abuse, like, you know, and especially if you're easily picked out on the field, like, you know, if you're not going, every player knows he's not going well. You don't need some fella up in the stand that doesn't know what the player's been through for the previous 8 months to get into the shape he's getting into championship and stuff like that. Like, the stuff off the field you do, the family life, you're with lads 8 months of the year, you're away from your family a lot of the time, like, you know. People don't know that. I just don't think people should judge people, like, you know, and I find it hard myself now maybe to go to some of the matches because I couldn't listen to some of the abuse if other lads were giving it, like, you know. So
really, you wouldn't go and watch?
I won't say I wouldn't go. I just have to see the situation, like, you know. And
why do you think you might?
Because I wouldn't like it. Do you know what I mean? I don't agree with it. Like, you know, the boys are doing a hard job. Off the field to get out on the field, like, you know. And why abuse them?
And come here, did you ever think, like, screw this? Like, I mean, I had enough.
Yeah, it would run through your mind. But as I said, I played with some of the best hurlers in Waterford, and when you're going through a bad patch, the lads were there, always there for me, like, you know, and that's a sign of a good team, like, and the lads, I can always say hand in heart, are great friends of mine and will be great friends of mine, like, you know, and they pull you through it, like, you know, just have to stick with it.
It's about the team more so than the supporters seeing each other.
Oh geez, it's definitely about the team, like, and the people on the team, like, you know.
No, Dan, the thing is, you retired obviously after the All-Ireland semi-final in August. You had a hugely successful career. And you were part, like, I think everyone thinks that Waterford team that you were part of, like, if your county wasn't playing against them, everyone always wanted you to win. You seemed like a bunch of likely kind of lads, and, you know, you had a personality as a team and all that. And you were hugely successful. You were Hurler of the Year in 2007, load of Munster medals and all that. But you never got an All-Ireland medal.
Yeah, to the fact, like, you know, we never won the big one, but having said that, we entertained the Cork versus Waterford games and other teams. Like, we were great to watch, like, you know, and we had fantastic times. Like, we put hurling on the map in Waterford. Like, young kids used to wear soccer jerseys, and when we started winning games, they all started wearing Waterford jerseys. So we put Waterford hurling and Waterford people on the map a bit, like, you know, with our performances, like, you know.
Yeah, but
I know we didn't win the big one, but it was nice to we were there one year, we got well beaten, but it was nice to be there and experience. But as a player, again, not to win the big one is disappointing. But there has to be a loser, like, you know.
So was it that day in August when your last game, were you thinking, like, so this is it now, it's over, and I
definitely, Brendan.
Tell us about that day.
It's definitely because like, you know, going into the game, the preparations were fairly good, like, you know, and they were okay, like, you know, but the tip game, like, you know, we did think going into it that we beat them, like, but they caught us on the day, like, and they had their game plan worked out and stuff like that, and they beat us off the field, which you get a few minutes coming on there, 10 minutes coming onto the game. It takes you maybe 5 minutes to get into it, like, you know, if you're lucky enough. But you know, just tip us on the day, and their homework well done on us. Yeah.
And then you told the lads afterwards in the dressing room.
Yeah, I just said I think I had to make the speech because I'd hate to not have done it, like, you know, and
what did you say?
I just stood up and I said, thanks, lads, for the past 14 years, because I trained and played with a lot of lads for 10 of the years, like, you know, so they're like my brothers, like, you know, and for 8 or 9 months if you're lucky. But the way we trained together and the bonding we had, like, I had to stand up and thank the boys for what they'd done for me, because I've won awards and Hurler of the Year awards and Munster medals, but I wouldn't have done anything for the lads, like, you know, and that's the big thing, like, you know, it's about the team, not about me.
Yeah. And come here, do you think at all, does it make it a little bit more frustrating that possibly if you'd had a better relationship with Davy Fitzgerald, if like, he didn't play you much, basically, he didn't start you much.
He didn't start
me much. Do you
think
if you had been more part of the team that you could have done better?
Yeah, well, my point, Brendan, is in that is 0-9 maybe, or 0-8, I wasn't going as well in train, but this year I was going very well in train, and the lads, I did tell you that, like, you know, and to get the game time I wasn't happy with, but he's the manager, he has to make a decision, whether I like it or not, I have to respect it.
And do you, like, was he making those decisions? Do you think they were logical decisions, or were they based on your personal relationship?
They're logical decisions to him, like, you know, so like, I wouldn't. It's very hard to keep 32 players happy, or 25, 30 players happy, but it's very hard to keep me happy when you're sitting down there and some of the lads are ahead of you aren't doing as much as I was in training. And I wasn't the only fella. There's one or two of the other lads playing well in training too, and they got the same game time as I did, like, but I just didn't agree with it.
Okay, and did you ever talk to him about it?
Yeah, we had one or two conversations, all right, And I got my point across, all right.
Okay.
You know what I mean, so.
And come here, do you feel at all that the fact that, say, one of the last times you would have come across each other before he became your manager was when you banged in a hat-trick past him?
Yeah, it was very nice to score the hat-trick, but it's very nice to get a goal in any game, but to get 3 of them, because fair dues to Davy, was one of the best goalkeepers in the country, like, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't think he held it against me when he came in as Waterford manager.
Really? Yeah. You're being really nice about him now.
I hope he didn't. I hope he didn't.
Okay, fair enough. So now you're finished up. So you've finished playing for your county. I know you keep playing for your club and all that. But is it funny after like over 10 years? I'm sure huge adrenaline and all the time and energy and everything. Is it funny coming back to kind of reality after all that?
Yeah, I have 14 years there. I'm 34 in January, so the game is getting tougher as well. Like, you know, so there's young lads coming, they're getting faster, and there comes a time in everyone's career, whether it's golf, hurling, soccer, or whatever, when you sit down and say to yourself, I have enough. Like, and I definitely have enough.
Yeah. And what's your day job now that you're going back?
I deliver oil for a living, so I'm just an ordinary Joe sub, so with Cumber Oil.
Is it funny though, going from being like this kind of national figure, you're just a guy now who delivers. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with delivering oil. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, is there a huge hole in your life now, just living ordinary life? Like, no,
there isn't, because I have plenty of things to do. I'd go back to my club and play with them, and give a lot of my time to Dunderage Lismore. Like, when I go back to Lismore, like, you know, so there's plenty of things I can do.
Yeah, and come here, I presume as well that you probably didn't get to spend a lot of time with your family over the last...
No, you wouldn't, because you're away with the lads a lot of the time. Like, you know, when you start in January, like, it could be December, and you start in January, and you're away a lot of the time, and you're spending most of your time with them, like, you know, and I often had to go away and get babysitters with short notice and stuff like that. Like, but you have to do it, and they're the sacrifice you make in playing inter-county hurling. A lot of people wouldn't see them things either, like, you know, but to play inter-county hurling, you make a lot of sacrifices, and for the love of the game. Yeah.
And I know your daughter Chloe, she was born in...
She was born on the 19th of June, I think, 1999, yeah.
1999, well done. And so,
8:45 as well, so that's too bad.
Good man. So you were obviously, I thought one of the nice things about what you say about how the team rally around a guy at the time of this, you were obviously quite young to be having a kid at that stage. You were 21, yeah?
I was 21.
It was kind of a surprise, was it?
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise. Nice surprise.
But it really, the way you talk about that really shows how the team.
Yeah, just one occasion, like Chloe was in Arkeen, like, you know, and like I was travelling up and down, like, and next minute one of the lads, Paul Flint, says to me, come over, put on a bit of dinner, and go back to the hospital after. Like, you know, you can't buy that, Brendan, to be honest with you, like, you know, and that's what they call team spirit, and the lads, the respect they have for each other, like, you know, and to do that, a load of fellas would have done it, but he just did it at the time, and it's very nice, I thought.
So, but are you still going to be, do you think, like a tight band of brothers now going into the future, or is that whole kind of social network and gang that you had around you, is that kind of going to be gone as well now?
It'll be good to an extent, but when I go back to my club, then the bonding will get better with your club. Like, you know, of course I miss the lads, I miss the crack and miss the banter training, but I go back to Lismore and give it my 100%.
And you were no slouches about having a few pints either, so you weren't?
No, by God we aren't. No, we enjoyed our social life.
Yeah.
Sometimes in mid-season as well, like, you know, so.
Right. Did you get a bit of stick for that?
Oh, you always get stick, like, you know, but players know you wet shoes now when you're last around the field, you know. The manager know you're out to some of the weekend, like, you know, so.
Yeah.
So it's good. Get used to it.
Come here, I have to ask you about Sean Oak. I know he was at your book launch last night. He would have been a guy you clashed with a lot over the years. So the thing is, you went, semi-voluntarily anyway. Like, I presume the fact you weren't getting your game was part of it.
Yeah, part of it.
What do you think about Sean Oak just being kind of, you know, disincluded from the plans?
Sean Oak came down from Dublin yesterday. Had a rough day in Dublin. Came down to the launch last night. He was fantastic there, like, you know, and but Sean Oak's CV speaks for itself, like, you know, he's won everything in the game. He's been fantastic for Cork, like, you know, and to see him going like that, it is a bit disappointing. But look, that's why I went there.
But he's all right. Is he not bitter about it?
Oh, I suppose he is bitter, but I wouldn't go talking to enough people in his ear about that. So I just left him alone and didn't say it. But of course he's bound to be bitter, like, you know. But I'm sure Donald O'Grady take him in Limerick.
So come here. The way it's ending for you, are you in any way embittered about the GAA or about the way you were managed down the years or anything, or do you think you're going away quite happy?
Yeah, I'm going away delighted, so I am. I've made great friends. I've won a lot with Waterford. I represent them at the top level, and it's been fantastic. Like, you know, I have no regrets at all.
Okay, good stuff. Listen, Dan the Man Shanahan, thanks very much.